Have you ever found yourself in a really busy place, maybe a party and a noisy office, even just a cafe, and felt your energy just draining away?
Oh, definitely.
Or maybe you've wondered why you feel kind of different from what society expects.
Yeah,
Like maybe something's broken because you actually like being alone sometimes?
that feeling, being out of sync with this constantly on world, it's so
Yeah.
common. And yeah, it can feel isolating until you figure out the why.
Absolutely. Well, today we're doing a deep dive into exactly that. We're peeling back the layers on the fascinating world of introversion. We've been digging into positively introverted, finding your way in a world full of people. And there's some really great insights in there.
Yeah, it's a great resource. Our mission today really is to unpack what introversion truly means, challenge some common myths.
Right, those stereotypes.
Exactly. And hopefully uncover the unique strengths and maybe some practical strategies that can help you not just get by, but actually thrive by embracing who you naturally are.
Okay, so let's start with the basics, the blueprint, if you will. We hear introvert, extroverts all the time. But what's the core difference, especially about energy?
Okay, the key thing, the absolute fundamental, is that for introverts, social interaction drains energy. It takes it out of you.
Right.
And you recharge, you refuel by being alone. Whereas extroverts, they typically get energized by socializing.
So it's like plugging in versus using up the battery.
Pretty much. Now, introverts can enjoy parties and extroverts can enjoy quiet time, of course. But your natural temperament, how you're wired, shapes where you get your core energy from.
That energy distinction is huge. So, okay, beyond recharging, what are some other signs, characteristics that maybe get mistaken for something else?
Well, big one is heightened sensitivity. It's often misunderstood as just being shy or, antisocial. But it's more like your senses are dialed up. Loud sounds can be genuinely startling, maybe even give you a headache after a while. Bright lights can be bothersome.
It's a physical thing then, not just preference.
Exactly. It's a physical reaction, how your nervous system processes stuff. You know that cartoon image? Hands clamped over ears, make it stop.
Yeah, totally. That sensory overload feeling, like the volume's stuck on high.
Right.
How does that affect, say, making decisions?
Well, it often leads to a more thoughtful, deliberate approach. Introverts tend to really think through outcomes, consequences, place scenarios out in their heads first.
Okay.
So that can mean being uncomfortable with unnecessary risks, especially if the stakes feel high. It's actually a strength leads to more considered choices.
That foresight makes sense. What about friendships? Is the lone wolf stereotype accurate?
Not really lone wolf, more
Mhm.
like quality over quantity. Introverts usually prefer one or two really deep, loyal friendships over a huge circle of acquaintances.
Fewer, but stronger bonds.
Exactly. While some folks are the more the merrier, for many introverts it's the fewer the better, they invest that social energy carefully, building this sort of inner sanctum, like a friendship pyramid. The real besties are the foundation.
That inner sanctum sounds precious. And talking about safe spaces, home must be huge for introverts.
Oh, absolutely. Home is the sanctuary, the recharging station, a place you can totally control and just be.
So an unexpected knock at the door.
Can feel like a real intrusion. Yeah. It's not unwelcome surprise, it's jarring. That joke about needing people to text first, totally relatable for many introverts. Or that let's stay home sign, it's practically a motto.
Huh, I get that. It really highlights it's about energy management, not disliking people.
Precisely. Even fun social things with people you genuinely like still drain that battery. There's a limit.
A social quota?
Kind of, yeah. Push past it and you feel frazzled, edgy. You start looking for the exit, planning your escape route home to recharge.
So not lack of enjoyment, just battery running low.
Yeah.
And what goes on inside? Is it quiet in an introvert's head?
Oh, far from it. It's usually a very active, rich inner world. Lots of thinking, pondering, imagining. They might be building entire worlds in their head, solving complex problems internally. It's why the idea of being bored often seems strange. How can you be bored with all that going on inside?
I love that. How
Yeah.
could anyone be bored? That explains why many introverts feel, well, different.
Yeah, that feeling of being outside the norm is super common. People ask, why so quiet? Okay, are you mad?
Right.
And after hearing that enough, you start asking yourself, is something wrong with me? That whole weirdo-meter idea pointing to possibly an alien, it resonates.
That moment of realization, though, when you finally get it, That must be powerful.
It's transformative. The author of our source talks about this. Years of feeling like a party pooper or just fundamentally broken.
Wow. Yeah.
But when they understood introversion, they said it was like seeing themselves with unclouded clarity. There was a word for it. It wasn't broken. It shifts everything from feeling negatively introverted to positively introverted. It's validating.
That clarity changes your whole self-view.
Mhm.
And it sounds like understanding this unlocks some hidden strengths, superpowers even.
Totally. And this is key. Introverts aren't just here to cope. They belong. And they bring gifts the world needs. Like that image, this is our home too. It's a powerful affirmation.
Okay, let's talk superpowers. Beyond being quiet, what are these unique strengths?
Well, for one, independent thinking. Introverts often don't need constant oversight. They thrive with autonomy.
Right.
And because they process things deeply and on their own, they often come up with really original ideas, novel solutions to tricky problems.
So it's not just thoughtfulness, it's that independence sparking real innovation.
Yeah.
How does that play out in, say, a noisy team meeting?
Yeah, good question. An introvert might not jump into the initial chaotic brainstorm. They might listen, take it all in, and then later, maybe the next day, they come back with a really well thought out, fresh angle that nobody else considered in the heat of the moment. That internal processing time pays off.
That independent streak sounds like it connects to certain talents too.
It often does. That originality frequently translates into creative pursuits. You find many introverts drawn to writing, designing, coding, building things. Creativity is a massive asset.
Huge advantage.
Yeah.
You mentioned heightened sensitivity earlier. Is that always a good thing, or can it be a downside?
It can lead to feeling overwhelmed, for sure. But mostly, it's an advantage. That awareness helps introverts notice small details others miss. Subtle shifts in the environment and people.
Like a built-in radar.
Kind of. Think of that cave woman sensing the cheetah sneaking up. Maybe she just picked up on a tiny sound, a slight change in the air. It allows for really sharp observations.
Survival skill.
Yeah.
And I bet that observational power leads to being a good listener too.
Absolutely. They're not just good at hearing, they're often skilled listeners. Unlike some who feel the need to fill silence, introverts are often comfortable with it.
Right.
That, combined with their observation and deep thinking, means they often have really perceptive interpretations. They can cut through the noise and get to the core of what someone's trying to say, even if it's unspoken.
Okay, let's shift gears. We understand the core now. How about navigating relationships? Starting with family, our first social experiment?
Yeah, the family reality TV show. Close quarters, drama, comedy, like Surviving Family Edition.
So true. And within that show, roles get assigned early on, don't they?
Right.
Labels that stick.
Oh, definitely. The responsible one, the quiet one, the super spooky quiet kid, as the source puts it.
Spooky quiet.
Yeah. There's this story about a Scrabble game. The author got labeled a poor sport for years just for pointing out their brother cheating. These early labels can really mess with how you see yourself later.
Wow, that's tough. So how do introverts communicate their needs within those dynamics, especially to maybe more extroverted family members?
Communication is key, but it needs to be clear. You can't assume they understand. You have to explain why you need quiet time or why big gatherings are draining. Find that mutual frame of reference. Explain your introverted traits are just how you're built.
Which brings us to boundaries. Crucial for introverts, right? Especially if they tend to people pleases.
Absolutely essential. Setting boundaries isn't selfish. It's self-respect. It's protecting your energy. The source mentions great advice from a therapist. Practice preemptive self-care. Cut back before you hit burnout, not after you've already crashed.
Easier said than done sometimes.
Totally.
Yeah.
Especially if you hate confrontation. But the cost of not setting boundaries, resentment, exhaustion, feeling exploited, is way higher in the long run. Good boundaries actually strengthen relationships based on respect. Remember, respect boundaries. Protect.
Powerful stuff.
Okay.
Moving on to friends. Making friends as an adult introvert. Sounds like a challenge.
It really can be. That question, how do I find my people? It's common. It's definitely different than just sharing crayons in kindergarten, right?
Definitely. Does the source talk about how much social interaction introverts actually need? Because it varies, surely.
It does. There's this great concept, the introvert social needs scale. It shows the huge range. It goes from, I want to do all the things, but not for very long, all the way through low-key gatherings, one-on-one, mostly just messaging, down to cats allowed, but please, no people.
I know some people firmly in that last category. So why don't introverts always need huge social circles?
Several reasons. They're good at entertaining themselves, for one. Life's busy, friendships take time and energy. Pets are often amazing friends.
The best kind.
Right. And honestly, many social things, even good ones, are just plain tiring.
Makes sense. So if an introvert wants to make new friends, how do they do it without draining themselves completely?
The big advice is be yourself. Don't force yourself into loud bars if that's not you. Do things you already enjoy. That's where you'll find people with similar interests.
Like attracts like.
Exactly. And the source has this fun idea. Clue clothes.
Oh, clothing.
Yeah, wear things that hint at your interests. A band t-shirt, a pin from a place you love, even rainbow shoelaces. It gives people an easy opening to start a conversation if they share that interest.
Like a subtle signal. I like that. What about headphones, though? Introvert armor, right?
Totally. Great for blocking out noise, but if you want to connect, headphones scream, leave me alone, so maybe take them off sometimes.
Good point.
Another idea is bringing an activity, like drawing on a tablet in a cafe. People might naturally get curious and approach you about that. Less pressure.
So it's about investing social energy, not just spending it. How can introverts be good friends without burning out?
Yeah, that investing mindset is key. And there are lots of low-energy ways to show you care. Texting a funny picture, loaning a book, just listening without judgment.
Offering string cheese.
Really? Yes. Offering string cheese is peak friendship.
Good to know.
Yep.
Okay, let's get to the mushy stuff. Dating. First off, does everyone need a partner?
Absolutely not. Big message here. Being a lone wolf, flying solo, totally valid. Happiness doesn't require a +1.
That's important to hear. But if someone is looking, what's a good starting point?
A little self-reflection. Make a list. Think about values, core traits you're looking for. Keep it general, realistic.
Not wealthy doctor who's also a ferry boat captain?
Exactly. More like hard worker or kind. Don't aim for impossible perfection. Nobody's perfect.
Solid advice. Now, introvert pairings versus introvert-extrovert can both work.
Both can definitely work. Dating another introvert offers that shared understanding, that quiet calm. But dating an extrovert, they can handle the social heavy lifting, maybe introduce you to new things. They can balance each other out really well. One brings calm, the other brings energy.
A complementary dynamic. Makes sense. But, oh God, flirting and dating, awkward territory, especially if you're naturally reserved. Any tips?
Okay, some definite do's and don'ts from the source. Don't do anonymous love letters or cheesy pickup lines. Don't just laugh nervously at everything. Guilty. And don't pretend to like things you don't. The author pretended to love hockey. Disaster. So do be genuine. Give sincere compliments, maybe not just about looks. Ask thoughtful questions. People like talking about themselves, usually.
True. What about body language? Introverts might seem aloof unintentionally.
Big time. That need for personal space, maybe less direct eye contact, a neutral expression,
Right.
It can read as uninterested.
Right.
The author mentions stepping back when someone leaned in and the person was like, where are you going? So just being aware helps. You can show engagement with small things like tilting your head, nodding occasionally.
Subtle cues. Good tips. Once you're in a relationship, how do you talk about different social needs, especially with an extrovert partner?
You have to talk about it explicitly. Discuss needs for socializing versus alone time. The source mentions a togetherness model. Maybe you balance time together and apart. Maybe you overlap a lot. Maybe you have quite separate lives. But connect intentionally. Find your balance.
And compromise. How does that work with needs versus wants?
Crucial distinction. Needs versus preferences. Needs are non-negotiable, like an introvert needs recharge time. Preferences have wiggle room.
Okay.
Maybe you compromise by being in the same room doing separate quiet things, or you schedule alone time in advance. An all-or-nothing approach usually leads to resentment.
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
What about disagreements? Introverts might need time to process.
Yes. They often need time to figure out their feelings and words. It's totally okay to say, I hear you. I need a minute to think.
Buys you time.
Exactly. And if things get heated, short timeouts are good. Just say, I need a quick break to cool down. I'm not abandoning this. And you can validate their feelings. I understand why you feel that way.
Yeah.
Even if you disagree.
Great strategies. Lastly on this, how do you know if a relationship is unhealthy? What are the deal breakers?
Really important question. The source suggests making a list of your red flags, your deal breakers.
Like what?
Things like resentment of your alone time, passive aggression, disrespecting boundaries, refusing to compromise, jealousy, possessiveness, constant drama, any abuse.
Gotcha.
The bottom line is, you deserve respect, whether you're partnered or solo. You are whole and complete on your own.
Okay, moving out into the wider world now. Public spaces. Big challenge for introverts, right? The noise, the people.
Huge challenge. Home is the haven, right? Books, plants, snacks.
The best.
But you gotta leave sometimes. Dealing with crowds, noise, it's unavoidable. That feeling of needing to guard your space is real.
So true.
Yeah.
Even something simple like shopping can be an ordeal. How do introverts cope?
Well, thank goodness for online ordering. But for in-person trips, sunglasses, even indoors sometimes, headphones.
Yeah.
Manage that sensory input proactively.
Strategic self-preservation.
Exactly. And a super organized shopping list, maybe by aisle, to get in and out fast.
Smart. What about bigger things like travel? Airports seem like peak sensory overload.
Oh, airports can be anxiety central. The source has a funny story about almost ending up in Canada by mistake due to overwhelm.
Oh my God.
So tips. Research the airport map beforehand, find your gate, maybe a quiet spot, the cinnamon roll place. Arrive early, not just to avoid stress, but to find a calm corner before boarding. Be flexible with plans, okay to split up sometimes. And prioritize, you can't do everything on vacation. Pick what matters most.
Great practical advice. What about weddings? Those seem tough.
Weddings can be really draining. All the people, the expectations. First question, do you have to go? Sometimes sending a gift and good wishes is fine.
Permission to decline.
Yes. If you go, wear the comfiest thing possible and maybe scout out a quiet corner, find another introvert hiding out. A little nod of solidarity can go a long way.
Okay, shifting to work. Society often pushes this idea of success. Big job, big money.
Yeah.
How can introverts redefine that?
Yeah, that's a big one. It's about reflecting on what actually brings you satisfaction, not just money.
Right.
Maybe it's a cozy home, dogs, books. The source even jokingly lists cloning Kiko, an indoor trampoline, swimming with dolphins. It's personal. Success is broader than just a paycheck.
Cloning Kiko. Love it. So what makes a work environment good for an introvert?
Alignment with their needs. Maybe it's their own office, quiet space, autonomy, like the author found freelancing. Success can mean fulfillment, needs being met, work-life balance, respected boundaries, even strategic snacking opportunities.
Strategic snacking.
Yeah.
Important. How can introverts contribute in group settings without having to be the loudest one? You know, loudmouth Tom.
Good question. You don't have to shout over Tom. Maybe volunteer for solo tasks that still support the team, organize the event invite, pick up the cake.
Play to your strengths.
Exactly. And use written communication, thoughtful emails, notes after a meeting, one-on-one chats, often more effective than chaotic brainstorms when asking for a raise. Prepare a short proposal listing specific achievements. Maybe you improved efficiency, got positive feedback. Show your value clearly.
Smart. Document your impact. Okay, finally, play. Often seen as an extrovert thing. Why is play important for introverts too?
It's vital. It taps into creativity, boosts mood dopamine, endorphins, and helps you recalibrate, making you more engaged elsewhere.
So how do you play as an introvert?
Reconnect with childhood joys. Legos, Play-Doh, drawing. Embrace your weird and nerdy interests, houseplants, dog photo shoots, collecting things. Doing what you love enriches life.
And don't worry about looking silly, like the roller skating story.
Exactly. The author fell loads, probably looked ridiculous, but they were having fun and learning. That's the point. Introverts definitely have fun. It just looks different. Maybe it's solitary hobbies, maybe it's CorgiCon.
CorgiCon. Hundreds of corgis. That sounds amazing.
Right, pure playtime. Or building models, hiking, cooking, yoga, whatever rejuvenates you. If it makes you happy or relaxed, the flowchart says do it. Even if it's daydreaming about swimming in nacho cheese.
Nacho cheese full noted.
Ew.
Okay, let's wrap with inner well-being, mental health. What about things like choose joy, toxic positivity?
Yeah, those phrases can be harmful. They can make you feel guilty for having valid negative emotions, like it's your fault for not just choosing happiness. Dismissing struggles as excuses isn't helpful.
It invalidates real feelings.
Okay.
And can lead to rigid thinking, right? Black and white.
Totally. That I always mess up pattern. The key is to challenge it objectively. Okay, I made a mistake. That doesn't mean always. It means opportunity to learn, break free from those all-or-nothing thoughts.
How can introverts practice self-care proactively, then, to counter those thoughts?
Lots of simple, practical things. Watch something funny, cuddle a pet, bake, listen to calming music, anything that redirects those negative spirals and helps you feel more in control. Even, yes, a Cheetos casserole.
Cheetos casserole for the win. And for analytical introverts, Can they turn that critical thinking inward onto their own thoughts?
Absolutely. Use those same analytical skills. Ask yourself, is this thought constructive? Am I assuming things? What's another perspective? How might someone else see this? Applying that analysis to yourself can be really powerful. Shift from self-criticism to self-compassion.
Great exercise. But if it's still hard, what about getting external support, like therapy?
So important. If you're stuck, talking to a professional offers invaluable insight. Therapy isn't about being told what to do, it's about being heard, gaining self-awareness, acceptance.
Finding the right fit is key, though.
Definitely. Someone problem-solving, focused, hopeful, empowering. But the big message, everyone can benefit from therapy.
And if someone needs immediate help,
Crisis hotlines are there. Many have text options now too, which is great for introverts. Remember, even if you're independent, everyone needs support sometimes. It's okay to ask. Mental health matters because you matter. It's all about that self-awareness and self-acceptance.
wow, what an incredible deep dive from feeling different to really understanding and valuing that introverted nature.
Yeah, we've covered a lot. The core definition, debunking myths, celebrating the strengths, plus strategies for relationships, navigating the world, work, and importantly, play.
And that crucial piece on inner well-being, challenging toxic positivity, self-care, the value of support. It's really a journey, isn't it? From feeling maybe broken to finding that clarity and self-acceptance, it's ongoing.
Definitely an ongoing, fulfilling process. So maybe the final thought for everyone listening is this. Considering everything we've explored about introversion today, what's one small, deliberate change you can make in your daily life, starting now, to honor your energy needs and unlock a bit more of that authenticity and joy?